Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while and I promise you I will soon update everyone on why I disappeared off the planet of the earth again. I was just getting back into it and then bam. So I promise I will definitely get into details in another video. So in this video I thought I'd do a full face of using Wet n Wild products. I freaking love Wet n Wild. They will always have a place in my heart. I will always use them. They're cruelty free. They have a few vegan products as well. And they're just super affordable. Like, they are amazing. They definitely upped their game from years ago because I remember getting like $10 of allowance and going to the store and just buying makeup, and Wet n Wild was really all I could afford. So if I wanted to get a couple things, I had to go to the Wet n Wild shelf and just buy a couple things, and that's really got me started into makeup. And from then to now, it's like, wow, like they're competing with high-end makeup now. So like, look at this highlight, look at this liquid lip, like what? So yeah, so if you want to see how I got this look and what products that I am loving and enjoying at the moment, keep on watching. But wait a minute, before we move on, just make sure you subscribe and make sure you like and make sure you comment. Okay, now let's get to it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to use is the Photo Focus face primer, and this one is the matte formula. At the moment my skin is a little dry, or should I say really dry, so I would prefer something a little bit more dewy, but this is the one I have at the moment. And summer is around the corner, and that's usually when I get really oily, so this will be working for me soon enough. And as you can see, my skin is not its best at all, but I've been working on it, just started working on it, and I know I probably say that in every video because I never stay consistent with my skincare. But yeah, I'm just working on getting rid of the acne, and then I'm also trying to remember to add my vitamin C skincare in as well, so that way I can start fading the scars. But that's a whole nother story. So next I'm going to use the Photo Focus foundation. This one is in Golden Beige. This does have a little bit of a paint smell to it, but I don't mind it because it does go away. It doesn't just stay there all day. I probably shouldn't be using the spatula right now because of how my face is, but we'll survive. Then I'm just going to use a e.l.f. blending brush, and I do like this brush to use for my foundation, and I kind of just buff it in and just cover up all the dots. I'm actually going to be doing a really nice face mask after this, so because my skin needs it so bad. On camera it just looks so much worse though, because like the pigmentation looks darker on camera and my under eyes look really dark on camera for some reason. When I like look in the mirror, it does not look that way at all. So the camera just makes you look worse, which is why I hate the camera. I hate when people take my pictures because like I want to be in control of taking my pictures. Like, I need to make sure it looks good, and we all take, you know, like 100 pictures to make sure that it looks good. But when someone else takes your picture, like, you don't want to be like, no, another one, another one, another one. Like, you just don't. So you just kind of let it go and accept a bad picture. But if my makeup is not done, you're not taking my picture. And don't get me wrong, like, I go out in public like this because, you know, it's just acne and everyone has it. Eventually it'll get better, but so it's nothing to be like totally ashamed about. It's just some days I have my good days and some days I have my bad days, and some days I want to wear makeup. And some days I just don't care and will rock a pimpled face. So next I'm going to be using the Photo Focus concealers. I have two different colors right here. I have the colors, let me see, Light Ivory, which that one I use under my eye, and then I also have Light to Medium Beige, with this one I use to more like spot conceal. So if I want to spot conceal and add a little bit more coverage with which this one here I'm running out, and if you see me looking up, my mirror is like up that way instead of like right here in front of me and I'm looking down, so you kind of can see still what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of gonna like just random spot conceal in certain acne marks. I do have a dry zit right here. I try to avoid it, like I just don't cover it up, because at the end of the day a dried zit does not look cute under foundation and concealer and powder. It just doesn't. So you really have to learn how to work with your acne, and just having like a random cakey dry spot right there is just not cute. So I'd rather it just be exposed than make it look worse than what it is. I'm going to use a Flawless concealer brush, and this one is from e.l.f. And I'm just going to dab right over all my spots that I put. And you can obviously use a beauty blender and just dab and press it in instead of like rubbing, and because you want it to sit on top of that, like the marks. You don't want to like push it away. And then I'm gonna take the Light Ivory and just put that right underneath. This concealer is not like the most full coverage concealer, but like for everyday wear it works. The foundation isn't like full coverage, but you can definitely build it up to full coverage. Since my face is really dry at the moment, I'm not gonna build it up because it just, heavy foundation just doesn't look good on like really dry skin. So, and since I know that for myself, I just don't build it up when my face is really dry. But if my face is like more oily and can take the buildup, then I will. But if you are a full coverage queen and you need to have full coverage all the time, I can say that this can be built up. Then when I just want to brighten things up just a little bit, I will go in with the highlighting and concealing pen. And it just looks like this. It's like a brightening pen. It's called Ivory Into You. Like I'm really into you, but Ivory into you. Kind of weird. And I'm just going to just put a little bit right where I think I just need a little bit more brightening. And again, I'm just gonna stipple that in. So to set my face, I am actually going to use the Wet n Wild contouring and, well, it just says contouring palette. I thought it's gonna be contour and highlight palette, but this is what it looks like. And I have used this a few times. I don't use this as much because I do have other setting powders that I like a lot better. But just for the sake of the video, with keeping everything Wet n Wild, I am gonna use it. It's not bad. Again, I just have other ones I prefer. And then I do dig into this sometimes to contour. So I'm just gonna do a very light contour because I'm gonna go over it with bronzer and I don't want it to be too muddy. First, let me just set everything. So I'm just gonna use so this is a small tapered brush from e.l.f. I'm trying to keep everything like super affordable. And I'm just gonna take it on my brush and just kind of like dab in there. And just set my under eye with it. Make sure nothing creases on me. And then I'll just add a little bit to the eyelid just so that way I can blend my eyeshadow easily. Because I did add concealer to my eyelid as well. And I like this brush because I can literally get like right underneath my eye and set it the way I want, and get a little bit on the top of it and just make sure I get really close They do have a pressed setting powder from the Photo Focus line. I do not like that pressed powder at all, so I didn't want to repurchase it because I actually threw it away. I just did not like it, so I was like, I'm not going to use something in my video that I absolutely hate because I don't want you guys to go out and buy it. So I'd rather use this powder in here. To set the rest of my face, I'm just going to use the same powder, but I'm just going to use a different brush. This one is a BH Cosmetics powder brush. It doesn't really have a name on it, it just has #1, and it is actually from their Crystal Quartz brush set. So if you have that brush set, it's #1 in there. And I'm just going to just kind of just lightly set. You just kind of want to make sure you're not getting into the contour part just yet. So it's not something you can just blindly look into. It's a palette you have to pay attention to, because if not, you're gonna have like random contour all over. Next, for contouring, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna use the same palette and just dip into the contour shade. And I'm gonna use the contour brush from Revlon. I'm just gonna very lightly dab into this because when you press it, it's like very loose. And I'm just going to focus it like right where you would normally contour. And it's very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. You do not need much. Literally all I do is just lightly dab into it. And just and that's it. And if you're a type of person that likes cream contouring, cream blush, those sort of things, cream highlighting, they do have really good cream products as well. The Oaks On You from Mega Glow, it's their contour stick. This one I'm actually throwing away because one, well, I lost the lid and I haven't used it in a while, and it's almost gone, but it's like dried out. So I do have a new one as my backup, but this is really, really good. And I usually do use this when contouring. But like I said, when my face is acting out, I try not to use as much products as I can on there when doing a full face, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to pile like cream contour and regular contour. I'll just keep it nice and simple. But this is really, really good. In the summertime, just want like a light glow and just something not too powdery. I will go in with the cream blush, and this one's Hustle and Glow. It does give you a really nice glow. It has a sheen to it, so if you have pores that you don't want to expose, maybe this won't be the one for you. But I just put a good pore filling primer on, and then I will put this on. And it usually does last me all day if I'm not really like, you know, in the sun. Like if I'm going to an amusement park and it's like 100 degrees out and I'm sweaty and oily, like obviously I'm not going to do this. But just for a normal, like chilling at home, maybe going out to the store or out to eat, whatever it may be, I will use this. For highlight, they do have several different shades. Well, not several different shades. I think it's like 3 or 4 shades. But this is their Hello Halo liquid highlighter, and it comes with a huge doe foot. Like that's what it looks like. This is more for the summertime for me. This is when I bought it, and this is when it works for me. And this is in the shade Goddess Glow, but this is also a really good liquid highlighter from Wet n Wild. A good powdered highlighter for the summer for me. This one's not my shade now, but the Crown of My Canopy. This is such a beautiful bronzed highlighter, and if you're nice and bronzy and tan, this is a super beautiful highlighter. They do have it in other shades as well, so if you ever come across these highlighters, they are amazing. But for right now, for bronzer, I'm actually going to open this up. This is a new one. It's a new package. this is not the first time I'm using this type of bronzer. This is Ticket to Brazil, and this is actually my third bronzer from Ticket to Brazil. So before, it used to be like in a circle packaging, it was like a bronzy container. They had it in that packaging for a while, and I went through 2 of those, and those were huge pans. And so this is my third one, but this is my first one that it's in this new packaging. They do have new bronzers out. They're like a little bit more loomy, like they have a sheen to it, which I can't wait to get my hands on because it's all about the glow, especially in the summertime. Like, I love being glowy and bronzy. There's nothing like being just glowy and bronzy in the summer and then having like a nice fire red lip. But like, ugh, freaking love it. This is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna use the same contour brush to bronze. And I'm just going to lightly bronze up my skin. For blush, I'm going to use the Pearl Essence Pink blush from Wet n Wild, and this is what it looks like. It is like in person, it looks like a peachy pink, but on camera it just looks like more like a deeper pink, and this does have a little bit of a sheen to it. So I'm kind of just going to keep it more towards the back. And just kind of like stipple it in the front. And whenever I have blush on, I always like to, especially in the summer, kind of put it over my nose because it kind of just gives you that like sun-kissed look. I'm just getting ready for summer makeup. And just like that, add some color back into my face. And then for highlighter, I'm actually going to use the loose highlighter powder, and this one is in, doesn't have a name. I do not know which shade this is, but it looks like that. It is more on the like pinky side, I guess you can say. And I'm just going to use a highlighting brush. This one just came in my last BoxyCharm for March, and it is from Moda, so that's the brush I'm using. And this highlighter, like, oh my God, this highlighter is amazing, like amazing. I do like to use a stiffer brush though with my highlighter because I do like to blend it out more. This brush kind of just like places it but doesn't really blend it out how I would like it to. And that's really, I will put a little bit of highlight down my nose, but that's like really all where I will put my highlighter, especially if I'm broken out, because I do have some bumps and texture on my forehead and I just don't want to bring attention. So I'll just like, kind of just like put it right down my nose, tip of my nose, just like that. But this highlighter is beautiful. Right, so before I move on to face, I'm actually going to use the Natural Finish setting spray. They do have other ones now. I think they're more like primer sprays, but they're like cucumber, rose. I do not have the newest ones, but this one is their original one. So I'm just gonna spray my face first before moving on, and then I'll spray it again. But this is just to tone down the powder look. It's not too much of a powder look, like it looks fine. I mean, I did deeply moisturize my face though before we started, so for eyebrows, I'm going to use the retractable brow pencil, and this is what it looks like. It does have a flat pencil on one side, spoolie on the other. I'm not going to show you the spoolie part because it looks disgusting. So disgusting that I'm actually going to try to clean it right now. Like, spoolies get so gross. Like every spoolie I had, like from brushing through the product, like they just always look disgusting. So I'm just gonna have to look up at my other mirror because I don't have one right in front of me. Awesome. And usually I like using like a pomade. Here lately, pomade's been my thing, but Wet n Wild doesn't have a pomade. At least I don't think they do. Didn't see one, haven't seen one, haven't seen people use one. I'm trying to keep them a little bit fuller. Did I just break that? So I just dropped this pencil, and of course it broke. So this is literally all I have left, and I don't even know. Oh, I didn't lose that much. This is how much broke off. So now I have a sharper point to use. Next, I'm going to do my eyes, and I am going to use the palette. This is the Rosé in the Air, and it is like a really nice like burgundy palette. They do have several different palettes with different colors. I think they just released like a couple of new ones. And the nice thing is they do kind of like show you like what colors are best used for what, and then they kind of give you some examples for different types of looks. One's a daytime look, one's a nighttime look. This one up here I believe is a daytime look. This is the nighttime because it has deeper colors, but of course you can do what you want. As I'm going to dip into this light purple color right here, and I'm just going to use that as my transition shade. It's crazy how much darker everything is appealing on camera. Like in person, this purple looks exactly how it looks like in here, but like I feel like on camera it looks a little bit deeper. And just gonna do the same thing to this eye. And then I am going to use this shade right here. It's like a really nice burgundy shade, and I'm actually going to use a Wet n Wild brush, and it is a little bit more of a shorter dense brush versus the one that I was using. You can see this one's a little bit more taller and this one's a little bit more short. And I'm gonna focus it more in the crease. And on the eyelid, on the outer corner. and I'm just keeping it in the crease, like I'm really pushing it in my socket. Just like that. Just gonna stamp it. And when you stamp these colors, it just prevents like the exploding. And then just do little blending circles, but make sure you're staying like in your crease, like in your socket. Do not explode the color. And then with no product on the first brush, you're just gonna kind of like blend those colors together. I'm gonna take a flat brush. I am going to wet it. And I'm actually gonna dip into this like really pretty champagne shade right here. It does look really pretty. And then as I'm getting closer to the purple, I'm just kind of like flickering it in just to kind of blend, and it kind of like blended really, really well on its own. You can see how pretty and shiny that is. So again, I did wet that brush. Like I freaking love a really nice shimmer. I'm gonna go back into the shade right here, and I'm just gonna put that on my under eye. It is the 202 brush from e.l.f. It's like their pencil brush, in case you're wondering. I do not have a eyeliner from Wet n Wild on hand, but their eyeliners are usually not the worst, like their felt tip ones. If you like felt tip, they're not bad. I think they have gel liner too, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be thinking of e.l.f. And then I'm just gonna dip into this light ivory shade just to kind of put it underneath, just to kind of help blend it and like blow it out a bit. And then this is a Lab 2 eyeshadow, like literally says Lab 2, Lab Square 2, I don't know. And this is their, I think this is their eyeshadow. Yeah, this is their eyeshadow brush. But what I like to do is I'm going to take that little bit of that champagne and just kind of pop it in the eyebrow bone area. Nothing too crazy. And then I'm going to go in with this like banana highlighting shade, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner first, just to kind of like help brighten things up there. And then I'm going to go into that same champagne color very lightly and just put it in as like a topper, because I don't want it to exactly match what's on my eye, but I do want to put a little bit of a highlight there. So just very lightly. We will apply some mascara. This is the Lash Renegade mascara. This one so far is my favorite one from them. They might have a couple newer ones, but this is what it looks like. So this is with the mascara, and that is of course without the mascara. So the mascara is on. It's not super lengthening, but it definitely does something to my lashes because my lashes are super short. So the fact that you can see them on camera is something. So it actually was a little bit more lengthening when I first got it, but I think that I might have just left it open just a little bit or something, because when I was applying it, it almost was like if it was like drying out or like empty, but I know it can't be empty because I haven't used it that much and I haven't had it that long either. So either the formula is not that good and it's drying out already, or I left it open and I didn't notice it when I opened it up. So I can't tell, but I do know when I first used it, I really was shocked by my lashes because their older mascaras were not good at all and I hated them, and this one I actually liked. So it didn't do a bad job now either. Like, it definitely did more than what their older mascaras did. But all right, so for lips, I have several lip products from Wet n Wild. Some of them are definitely not going to work, like this metallic hot pink. I bought this for one look that I used, and will probably use it for that same look again, but not for any other look. This one is Aquarius from their Zodiac collection. It's a nice peachy lip gloss, but not for today. And then we have 3 other High Shine lipsticks. This one is in Send Nudes, and I freaking love. It's appearing a little bit darker on camera. It's a little bit more pale than what it looks like. So definitely look at it in stores or look at it maybe online. Hopefully it shows the real color. It's appearing a little bit darker, but this freaking, I love this lip so much that I went out and bought 2 more. This one is a more peachy one, and it is Peach Stole My Look, which, get it, Peach Stole My Look. And then this one is in Flirt Alert, and it's just a little bit more of a pale pink. It looks more like a magenta pink on camera, but it is a like pale petal pink. So there's those, and if you can get your hands on these, I recommend so because they're freaking amazing. And then I also have their actual liquid lipstick, and this one is in Nice to Fuchsia, I think it is. I do have a like peach, like a peachy pink liquid lip from them as well, and I actually do like that one. So we're gonna use this shade for the look, but I thought I would just quick show you what this looks like. So again, love. I am probably, or I already know I'm gonna use this up and have to get a new one. Like, so pigmented, so good, love it, freaking love it. And it's just like that perfect nude, like it's like a I would say it has a little bit of a pinky undertone, but it's not like super pinky, like it's just nude. Like, I love it. So let's apply the shade. Right, so this is what it looks like, and I really like it. It doesn't look patchy at all, like especially in person. Like, it doesn't look patchy. It went on really good, and I like the finish of it. Like, it just looks like a velvet liquid matte, blah 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 blah. So yeah, and we can definitely spray our face one more time. So this is the finished look. hope you enjoyed. Until next time, guys. Bye.